Hey YouTube, it is race day 2011, the Diecast Kid, NASCAR Diecast News.weebly.com. Very cool IndyCar diecast to review today. One that I saw particular in person at the Indianapolis 500. This is on Fernando Alonso's Indy 500 ride. This is a very cool and eventually an extremely rare diecast. Believe me, this is a figure version of the Fernando Alonso car. As you can see, I got a little figurine of Fernando here. And see, he's got his helmet and everything. That's pretty cool. I love the little figure versions that Greenlight produces for us. So these look pretty awesome, if you ask me. Well, so we got Original Big Bri with us. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing awesome, man. Looking forward to this review, especially since certain someone's, and by certain someone's I mean the two of us schmucks, saw this car in person. So I'm psyched for this review, man.
You know, when they first announced Fernando was competing in the 500, I just knew that this was going to be big. Like Fernando always wanted to race the 500. He always had respect for it, and the McLaren deal was like a little sweetheart deal to keep him on the payroll, which I think was an extremely smart move because Fernando could have won the race. Like Brian, remember when Fernando had his pole run? He was on the provisional pole for a while.
Oh, dude, yeah, during qualifying day, dude, that was like the place lit up. Like it was crazy, man, with all the Formula One fans that tuned in and came during the weekend before the weekend before the race. Dude, it was just absolutely insane, and it was definitely really great for IndyCar as well. I mean, definitely gave them a lot of fan base. That's for certain.
You know, when IndyCar realized they had a market for streams, because when they did the Fernando Alonso test, like they did his rookie orientation practice, and I think he got like what 8 million viewers. I think it was 8 million viewers. That is astronomically high.
Oh yeah, especially if you're a Formula One driver.
And the fact that, you know, we had a lot of Spaniards and Spanish media come over for the 500, and we welcomed them, and they were great. They were passionate fans, and I thought that was awesome seeing all of them. All the people from Europe come to see the race.
It was a unique environment. It definitely, made the month of May a lot more unique than what we're mostly used to. But I enjoyed it, though.
I enjoyed it, and also Johnny Rutherford was the driver coach for, I don't think it was a driver, was he driver coach? He was part of the team, like he was part of the team for the month of May. In fact, he actually did some photo shoots with this car, because this is based off Rutherford's McLaren, which he won, I think it was 74, I think it was, he won this race in the McLaren. It was the same, similar paint job to this. It had the same kind of color orange. I thought this was McLaren orange, like I specified McLaren orange, but somebody specified to me one time that there's a specific name for this color. I call it McLaren orange because when I see this kind of orange, I'm like, oh, that's a McLaren car.
Exactly.
So,
the same way as well.
So
the McLaren orange definitely is really nice on the 118. The 164 is, it's a little on the dull side, but it's still really cool. Though. I mean, I'm glad we were able to get it for full scale. So,
if you put it in proper lighting, this diecast is actually somewhat accurate in color. But basically, like right now, it's kind of a little bit accurate, but it's just a teeny tiny bit off. But a little bit more month of May talk and Fernando Alonso before we go on with this review. We're eventually, I think Fernando is going to come back one of these years into the 500 again. Now that he's got it, the reason why it was so easy this year was because this was a Honda engine, and the Hondas were popping, like they were popping one by one we're going out. And we knew, because when Hunter Ray blew up, that was like the best car in the race, just blew up. And then we had Charlie Kimball blow up. And then we had Hinchcliffe blow up on Carb Day. We had, who else blew up? Then it was Fernando. Fernando blew up. Fernando...
I mean, a good majority of the Hondas blew up, during all the practice times and even during qualifying as well. I mean, even race time as well, which that was just like, an elimination game. It was like, okay, who's next?
It was like, who's next? And then you had Elio, who was a Chevrolet, was up there because he lost a winglet when Scott Dixon crashed.
Definitely brought some excitement though, but definitely not for any Honda fans, especially Fernando fans. But yeah, that was an
That would have been insane if Fernando would have won. If Fernando would have won, we would have been talking like non-stop media around him. That would have been fantastic if Fernando would have won. But we had a very gracious 500 champion, didn't we, Brian?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as much as I would love to see, I know you would as well, see Elio get his fourth. You know, after what happened in 2012 with Comisato, it's kind of cool that, you know, he's an Indy 500 champion, so good for him.
So let's see, we got McLaren, CrowdStrike. We have the silver Andretti Chrome, well actually the Andretti Chrome nose. Dallara, UFD, Napa, DHL, Verizon IndyCar Series, Honda. Got number 29. We don't have the, I think it's pronounced Chandon, Brian. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, I believe so. We don't have it on the top front nose, and we don't have it on the side pods as well because it's an alcohol sponsor. So.
Well, I don't. Well, I think it's because we didn't get the rights for it. That's what I heard. They didn't get the rights for it.
Yeah, that could be true though as well.
Because we've had Fuzzy's Vodka get made in 164, Brian.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we got CrowdStrike, we got Richard Mill, the Firestone Indy 500 tires, which, yeah, I think these are the right tires. I didn't pay much attention to the tires this year. Anyways, we got ShopHonda.com, Castrol. Castrol is a sponsor of Andretti Autosport. They were Alexander Rossi a lot. Siemens. There's the wrong Spanish flag. I think there's supposed to be a little logo inside there. Fernando Alonso at McLaren Indy, CNN, Firestone, McLaren, world's fastest gamer. Believe me, Fernando was fast in the month of May. Logitech, Andretti Autosport. Hey, Michael Kors on this car, Brian.
Oh, nice. How about that?
Does your sister and your mom shop Michael Kors stuff a lot?
That does sound. I mean, I'm not quite sure. Maybe they would. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though, or any kind of feminine, people, shopping at that place. So.
Verizon IndyCar Series, Sunoco, Honda, Richmond Mill, hashtag Race of Two Worlds. It really was two worlds, Brian. AutoNation, CrowdStrike, SAP. Oh, they sponsored the U.S. Grand Prix years ago. Hilton. We have NRF, and I believe I missed something here too. We had a World's Fastest Gamer, McLaren. It's a McLaren sponsorship. We have McLaren on the back wing. And McLaren really fielded a damn good car in this race. I mean, and by the way, a yellow number 29. That symbolizes that Fernando was an Indy 500 rookie. Actually, no. Technically, this is for IndyCar rookies. The Indy 500 rookie is a totally different ball game, where it's just your first year at the 500. Because some people just run the 500 for 1 year, and then the years later they run the IndyCar season full time, and they're considered as IndyCar rookies. So that's an IndyCar rookie bumper there. Got McLaren on the back bumper as well. And this side is the same as the left, if I really think so. And also, I think, did I miss AutoNation? I think I missed Firestone and the P1 award for Verizon. So we have that. Other than that, this car is pretty much a basic looking car. It's got the typical Andretti scheme with the banner. I believe that was once from a cigarette company, by the way, from what I've heard from Mr. David Land. Which, by the way, David is a great guy. If you have not subscribed to him, fun fact, if you watch David's videos, especially the Dover video, him and I go on a lot of trips together. We hang out constantly. And I'm actually a patron of his channel. If you haven't been, I know about that patron stuff. I actually support. I'm a patron of his channel, so he's a great guy. So go subscribe to him if you have not done so already. Great IndyCar content. I get some of my IndyCar knowledge from him. So he is very knowledgeable about this stuff. So he told me about that, the cigarette company, and all it really is a blue little stripe on the wing, and you got the little cigarette banner here, the Andretti banner, as I like to call it now. Blue, rabbit ears, and the rest of the car is McLaren orange, as I like to call it. There's a specific color name for it, but I'm calling it McLaren orange in this review. So, anyways, the only places you can get the figure version, which Personally, do I recommend the figure version? Unless there's just two things. There's two things that make me say you should get the figure version. If you're a diehard, like really diehard McLaren Fernando fan, maybe. Because 210 of these are in the United States. 300 are going to Europe. So, there's only 210 of these figure versions in this country. So if you want to get it now and maybe save it or maybe make some bucks later on and sell it on eBay for like 400 bucks, which good luck paying $100 for this car about a few months from now because it'll dry up, I can't snap my fingers, like that. So that's the people I recommend this to. But other than that, you should get the 164 definitely because the 164 is going to dry up. 164 I would personally recommend what place, Brian?
Guts, where your number one source for IndyCar Diecast.
They did not pay us for that ad, FYI. Although they did give us free promos for us saving him a spot in the Watkins Glen autograph line. So, which by the way, I am pretty upset that race is going, but I will be attending Portland next year, so I'm excited for that. Anyways, there is the Fernando 164. There you have it. I would personally, if you are on a tight budget, this is, and I quote, a must-have. Because good luck getting this next year. Once this thing is gone, it is gone. And this thing is selling like crazy. So pick it up at gutswear.com. They charge $1 less at the track, and they're very reasonable shipping. And also, if you can't find it on Gutswear, or if you want to go even cheaper, maybe try Free Time Hobbies. Because IMS shipping is a little outrageous for a 164. But in November, they have an end of season sale. So if you want to buy a shitload of shirts, then you definitely buy it then. But anyways, comment, like, and subscribe. This is Race Day 2011 reminding you to join the fight to stop bullying. It gets better. All the Diecast kid is saying is give peace a chance.